Hello friends, this is Wendy with STAMPIN, and today we are going to make a card using the Fond of Autumn stamp set from Stampin' Up. This was released on July 1st and I absolutely love it, and I've had this idea for this card in my head since I saw the stamp set, so we're making it come to fruition today. I'm using my Stamparatus to stamp this image because it's fairly large and I want to make sure I have nice, clean, crisp lines with my Memento Tuxedo black ink. So I will stamp it more than once just to make sure that my lines come out really nice and clean. And then over there to the left, you see I have Stampin' Blends. Those are the colors I've chosen to use, kind of a very fall meets or summer meets fall color combo. And yeah, we're gonna get into some coloring and we are gonna have some story time. So if you're new to my channel and you're not familiar, I on Saturdays release videos that generally have story time, which is just me chatting about whatever's happening in my life. If that's not interesting to you, that's okay. You can either mute and put on music, or you could watch a different YouTuber, whatever suits your fancy. Here I am using Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blends to color the veins of my leaves, these big leaves, and the base, and then going with the light Mossy Meadow over the top so that there's just some variation of color. I get asked fairly frequently about Stampin' Blends and if they are better than Copics or, you know, comparable to Copics, and the answer is no. Stampin' Blends are basically what I would consider a coloring gateway drug. They are very simple to use. There is a light and a dark in each combo pack. So for example, if you purchase the Mossy Meadow, you get a light and a dark. So it gives you the opportunity to do a little bit of shading, but at the same time, it doesn't make it difficult for you to know how to use alcohol markers. Stampin' Blends are alcohol-based markers. That's why you get such a beautiful, flawless, colored image with no streaks or lines. Copic markers are also obviously alcohol markers. They are what I would consider the industry standard for alcohol markers probably, and they are a bit of a commitment financially and just to learn how to use. They are not something that you could just pull out and, I mean, you could color just basic, but to learn how to do all the fancy shading and all of that, you really do have to take classes with Copic markers. They're not something that you can just out of the gate use and understand how to use without a lot of practice. I do own Copic markers, and that's why I'm telling you this, because I know from experience. Where with Stampin' Blend markers, you're just getting a very entry-level basic coloring, light and dark, a little bit of shading, and it's keeps things very simple. So if you want simple, or if this is something you're wanting to try out, it's also the price point is much lower. There are no refills for Stampin' Blends, so when they dry up, you just have to replace them. But they're $9, I think it is, for a pack. They might be $10 now. I don't know. Prices increase every once in a while, and I'll be honest, I'm horrible about keeping up with it. Anyway, so here I'm going in with Pumpkin Pie after I colored these flowers in Daffodil Delight, and I'm adding some of that pumpkin pie around the edge, and then I'm using Soft Suede to color the center. And for my little acorns, I used Pale Papaya on the acorn piece and Soft Suede on the top. And then we're just gonna die cut this out. Now this is the cool thing about this die cut, is that it'll cut all of these apart, or there's another die cut that cuts it all together as one big piece. It's up to you which one you want to use. I chose to have it cut all apart because I wasn't exactly sure how I was gonna use this image until I got further into things. Okay, so now we're just going to get into assembling the card and doing some ink blending. And so I'm going to go ahead and chat with you a little bit about things that are going on. So first, some of you may know, some of you may not know, we got the crud last week. I'm not saying the thing that it is, because I don't know. I don't understand how YouTube is weird about censoring all of that. So I don't want to like get my video flagged for saying it and then have like not be able to have this video up or something. I don't know. I don't understand all that junk. So the bottom line is we got sick, and 2.5 years, haven't had it, got it finally. Everyone will eventually get it. That's my philosophy. That's a personal opinion of mine. I think there's just no avoiding it. And so we got it. I was thankful we all got it at the same time, because it was able to go through our house within a week's time versus, dragging it out all month. We have lots of stuff going on this month. My daughter is swimming and swim champs for the end of the swim team season. And I was really like, oh, please don't let this drag on to that. And then also, we have our little county fair that's coming up that we really, really enjoy attending. So I'm thrilled that we got this out of the way early in the month, and it's not going to affect us for the rest of the month and cause us any problems. Yay. So here I'm just ink blending with Balmy Blue, and then I'm going to go around my edges with Starry Sky. So yeah, my husband got sick first on Saturday. Then my daughter got sick on Sunday in the middle of the night. And then I got sick on Tuesday. So it was just kind of like boom, boom, boom. The scariest thing was waking up to hearing my daughter screaming for me in the middle of the night on Sunday night, about 2:30 in the morning. She's never done that, and it really scared me. So I ran into her room, and her back was hurting super bad, which apparently is a thing with this that can happen. So she was really complaining about her back hurting. So we gave her some Motrin, got her settled, and she finally fell back asleep. And she battled body aches and fever for a couple of days, as did I. It was just, so did my husband. It was just a lot. So anyway, that's kind of what we've done all week. So in the midst of all of that, we have a friend who traveled to Wyoming to be with her family and had asked us to take care of her horse and her cat. And then we got sick. And so we still managed to do it. But let me tell you that when I went to take care of that horse on Tuesday, after I had started this illness, I thought I would die. I had to drive at least 15 minutes, I think it is, up to her house with fever and chills. And like, I just thought, I'm gonna succumb to this. This is horrible. I've never had to try to do anything while I'm sick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, usually you're sick, you're in bed, and that's what you do. But I had to like go take care of this horse so it wouldn't die. It had to be fed, the water had to be filled, and my daughter was too sick to go, so it was just me, and it was rough. I am not gonna lie. I did it at like 5:30 in the morning because I thought, it's now or never, baby. If this gets worse, I am not gonna be able to get out of this bed. So I did it, and I was really proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, well, I am a tough broad. That is all. So anyway, we did that. Our friend will be back. Hopefully, I think she comes back this week, and we have had to continually go up and, we've only had to go every couple days because we give enough food for the horse to be fine, but it's just been a lot while also being ill. I am the last one to recover in the house because I was the last one to get it, obviously. So I'm doing pretty good now. The fatigue is no joke. Like, I've never experienced fatigue like this in my life. I do a little bit of stuff, I do some things, and then I have to lay down. And I'm just allowing myself to do that. I'm allowing my body to rest because I think that that's the best medicine for something when you're sick, is to just do what your body needs instead of fighting against it. And thankfully, I'm blessed enough that I do card making for a living, so I don't have to go punch a clock anywhere. And I feel so bad for all the people out there who have to like go back to work fast after being ill, because holy crap, I would be falling asleep at a desk if I had to go somewhere. So Anyway, that is kind of what's been going on here. Stop. I don't have a whole lot else to report because that's what we've spent our time doing. The fall paper party is now closed. However, you can still purchase the virtual access option, and I have dropped a link below the video for you to get virtual access, which still gives you access to like the giveaways, and you'll get a retreat bag and an enamel pin. We just had the summer paper party, and now we're going on to the fall one. Speaking of fall, I felt like these die cuts here were very fall inspired, and I just had this vision in my head from the time I saw this stamp set to make this card, and I really love how it turned out. Usually I follow my creative inspiration calendar as a guide as to what I'm going to share with you guys each week. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but I have a creative inspiration calendar that goes out in email every month, and I try to follow along to the calendar so that whatever's on that calendar on Tuesdays and Saturdays is the card I'm making for you. However, I threw that out. I was like, I'm just going to make something I really want to make and not worry about the calendar, because it was a lot for me to make something and voiceover and do all the things. So I was like, I'm going to do something I really, really want to do, and I'm not going to force myself to do something from the calendar. So if you're like, why aren't we doing the card from the calendar today? That is why. Because I just wanted to do something fun that I would enjoy doing and not have to break my brain with measurements. I'll come back around to doing that, but for now I just took a little break and thought I would do something like this. I love coloring, I love ink blending, so this card combines two of my very favorite techniques, and I thought you would enjoy it. Okay, so other things that are happening later this month. Yeah, the county fair. We have a friend coming from Monterey to visit. During that time, the county fair, my daughter took some gorgeous photos that she's going to enter into the fair, and so we've got to get those done. I have my old mammogram coming up. I had my first one last year, and so if you haven't had your tatas squished lately, make sure you put that on your list to get done. It's really hard for me to do. Some of you probably don't know this about me, but I have a lot of anxiety regarding medical related stuff. It freaks me out. I have white coat syndrome. I don't like going to the doctor. I can't stand hospitals. I have to medicate myself just for a routine doctor visit. It's not good. So, because of that, going every year to have my mammogram is really hard on me, but I do it anyway because I know that early detection is key to survival. So if you have not gotten your mammogram and you need one, then you can do it with me. We'll do it together. Be brave and go do it. So anyway, so that's on my agenda this month, along with the end of the swim season, along with the county fair, the friend coming to visit, and then on August 6th, we're going to go see Jim Gaffigan. I am so excited about that. Really excited about that. So we need a do-over date night. I will have to tell you about date night in another video because I don't have time in this one, but we tried to have a date night, and that is when we started getting sick, and well, my husband did. So we definitely need a do-over. And yeah, so here I'm using the little festive pearls to add on to this card just because I felt like it needed a little something else, a little bling. These festive pearls are free when you place a $40 online order with me. I will be sending them out in July or August, probably, if I'm being honest. I always say the end of the month, but the host code doesn't close until the end of the month, and by the time I order them and get them, it's usually the beginning of the following month that I mail them. So these will be going out to anybody who places that $40 online order. Celebration is still happening and will happen till August 31st, where you get free goodies with every $50 or $100 you purchase. There's different levels. So there's a really beautiful stamp set that pairs with some designer series paper that's just gorgeous. And you can get that free when you place a $100 order. So anyway, it's something to check out. There's links below the video to shop. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little while. I'm happy to be back. Drop me a comment and say hi. And I will talk to you again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.